Okay, I etched a new sorry, I laminated a new board. I haven't etched it yet. I'm soaking it. I thought, well, there's no point in showing you the process of laminating it because it's a long, boring process. You've already seen that. If not, you can always go and watch the video I did earlier. But I'm soaking it in water right now. I need to get the majority of this paper off if I can. It's crumbling, so there's hope. If I can pick this thing up, I'm not having much joy right now. I've left it in a bit while. I was having a pot. So, yeah, it looks like the edges have come out. Well, the edges are usually the first part that doesn't come out. So if the edges have come out really well, then the rest of it will have done. So, yeah, I've just got to roll this paper off here now with my fingers. And then put it back in the water a bit longer to rinse it. Looks like it's come out really good. Well, it better do, because I spent a lot of time designing this board, redesigning it, and this one's got the duty cycle adjustments on it, and I ordered some new components off eBay, some new diodes and some new presets. I ordered some 100k presets and some 500 kilo ohm presets. So they should be here by, whoa, let me think, was it the 28th of October, I think they said on eBay. I think it's 28th or 29th. I don't know what the date is today. Oh, it's the 22nd, so that's what, about a week away. Maybe they'll get here before then, I should think. I think they give you that estimate on the outside. But yeah, this is coming out really good actually. I haven't seen any problems yet. The paper's melting and leaving all the toner where it needs to be, on the board. And that's what we want. A bit more soak. I've got a stubby brush. I cut the bristles off it because they're all splayed out. They decided they didn't like each other. The bristles, that is. And so I just trimmed the end off, and it's a nice stubbly brush for doing this. I've got plenty more brushes. Yeah. I'm just going to leave that a minute or two. I'll put the lid back on. It'll come off even easier, you see. Yeah, this is the stuff that was off the edge of the board. So there's a line down there because that part wasn't in contact with the copper. So that's all good. So I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes, and yeah, this is the second one I do, and yeah, this is version 6. The first one is over here. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's get some light on it. Oh. Yeah, I decided to make a better one with extra controls. Right, I don't know if you can see that. That's the first one. I'm blocking it with my hand. So that's the first one with the heatsink, and the sockets weren't quite positioned right on the board. So I made a new design, and this time everything's going to fit properly. So, but I'm not going to scrap this one. I'm still going to keep it I'm going to keep this as the prototype. Well, it's something I could always lend to somebody. For example, I've got a friend who, if he decides to build if he decides to replicate my work, I can always give him this board and say, well, there you go, they got something to start it with, get running with. At least we'll have something as a spare, and just the components are cheap anyway. I've got stacks of components. I mean, look at. I've got resistors, transistors coming out my ears. Oh, I've got transistors coming out my ears. Like these are all from TVs and stuff. There's some pretty big, powerful, high voltage ones in there as well. So I've got plenty of parts. I mean, I could always whisk the parts that I want off that board and stick some other parts in there, just for the sake of keeping it operational. And plus the 556 IC is in an IC socket, so I can unplug it and plug it into the other one. But I've got 2 of them anyway now, so I don't need to do that right now. But if disaster strikes and I happen to blow one of the chips up, at least I've got a spare one. But I've never really done that actually, because I've got protection on the board. It's just clumsiness usually. If you have a short circuit somewhere, or if you happen to drop a lot of solder light switched on, or something like that. Oh dear. Oh yeah. There's my silk screen, which I'm going to be putting on later on. Sorry, there's too much light on it there. I'm going to put this silk screen on later actually, so I've still got a bit more lamination to do, so I thought I'll get this board done, etch it, then I'll laminate it, because laminating it separately seems to work a bit better. I was trying to do both sides before together, but there's too much that can go wrong when you're doing both sides at the same time. I tried a different technique, by the way. When I was laminating it, I put the reason for Captain tape on this tissue paper is I actually Captain tape a piece of tissue paper on the back of the cardboard, the photo paper, right? And I had an idea. I thought, well, the sponginess, the springiness of the tissue paper will help me to get a more even pressure across the whole surface. So this is what I did. I used some Captain tape and some tissue paper on the back of the photo etched paper to even out the pressure, so that all surfaces of the lamination would be equal pressure, because tissue paper is kind of like a spongy, it's kind of bouncy. And anyway, so I tried that, and this is the one we're doing now, and I'm hoping that extra idea has improved it even more. Right, so I need to get on with this. What, Z blow stuff up? Oh God, I can't remember the last time the last time I blew something up, I think it was in 1998 or something. I was building a power supply. Well, no, it was 1987. Sorry, I think it was 1987. I was building a power supply. I had a giant capacitor. Oh, hang on a minute. Where is it? I had a giant capacitor like this. Right, this is a big beast, isn't it? This is a big capacitor. It's a film cap electrolytic POSEC 85C. It's a 4,700 microfarad, working volt, 100 volts peak voltage. And I was building a power supply, and I had a capacitor a bit like this, and it's heavy. It's a good quality capacitor. There's a lot of electrolyte in there. It's got big bolts on the top where you can bolt screws on. It's a heavy duty thing. Well, I had one of these similar to this, but it was similar rated, but it was a low voltage, which was like, I think it was like 40 or 50 volts or something, and it was mounted in the power supply upside down with a clamp like this. And I made a mistake. I actually wired the damn thing wrong way around, because these aren't very clearly marked sometimes. I actually wired the damn thing wrong way around. Anyway, I was minding my own business, and this power supply was capable of delivering like 30 amps, right? Minding my own business, and all of a sudden there was this almighty explosion. It was in my bedroom, and the entire bedroom was covered in paper from the inside of the capacitor. I mean, I'm not kidding you. This thing, the can blew off. It hit the ceiling. There was the internal workings, the internal capacitor material was strewn across the entire bedroom, right? I spent like weeks finding this stuff and having to vacuum it up, because I vacuumed it up, then I'd find a bit more, then I'd have to vacuum a bit more because it really stank, you know, it really ponged. But fortunately I was living on my own at the time, so but it was, the whole power supply jumped off the table. The whole thing just lifted off the table. And you're talking about an old valve amplifier case, you know, with the holes in the top where the valves used to go, and with a great big heatsink on the back. And yeah, it was a mess. It was a real mess. I tell you what, it scared the shit out of me. Oh yeah, well it hit the ceiling. I think it dented the ceiling actually. I think it actually made a mark, because the can hit the ceiling because the internal guts just flew out everywhere. I didn't realise. It never clicked. I saw the current was on the amp meter was like about half an amp or an amp at one point. I thought, oh, that's strange. I've got nothing plugged into that. Anyway, I walked away, and to about 30 seconds later, boom. The current, you see, starts to climb up slowly as the capacitor starts going to short circuit mode, and the current meters tend to, when you put a cap in short circuit, that you'll see the amp meter going up and up and up and up and up and up till it gets to a point where it just blows up. You know, that's usually what happens if you wire them wrong. But yeah, I had quite a few of those capacitors. I think I got them from an old military electronics redistribution second-hand shop type thing. They were selling loads of army surplus stuff, and yeah, grenade. I've got a grenade. It's ornament. Have you seen my grenade? Do you want to see it? There must be a huge lag on this stream. No, it's not a cigarette lighter. I'll just leave that soak a bit longer. It's an ashtray, actually. Well, an inkwell thing. It's a bit mucky actually. It wants a bit of a clean. Let's just clean it up a bit. Just squirt some. This bloody thing is heavy. It's from the 1915 war. I'll just clean it up because it's a bit dusty. Very dusty and mucky actually, nicotine as well. Well, it is an ashtray. Well, it's supposed to be an inkwell really, but it can be used as an ashtray, I think. And putting your cigs in there, like whatever. This is just isopropyl alcohol. I'm just squirting it with that to clean it a bit because it tends to get neglected. It's got a very heavy base. I don't know if you can read the writing on it. I don't know if you can read that. I'll just put the previous screen up. I need to keep it still. Oh, you should be able to read that. And the writing on the other side. And that's mucky too. And that's the writing on the other side. It says 1915 on it. I actually put it on my website for sale, you know, if anyone wants to buy it. Postage and packing will be expensive because it's more than a kilogram. It's, I don't know. I've never measured it. I've never weighed it. Just let's find out. There's a load of crap inside it though. Well, what matter? It's more than a kilogram actually. It must be 1.5 kilograms because it's cast iron. I've just got a load of screws in there actually. A load of screws and the lid comes off obviously, so you can't use it to blow anything up because it's on a hinge. And it's actually a real casting though. These little pieces, right? These little, it's not there for to make it look nice. The idea was that when these things exploded, these little pieces would splinter off into like chunks, and these were the shrapnel. These pieces were the shrapnel that would embed themselves in human bodies and cut you to shreds basically. That's the reason why they've got these grooves in. It's so that when it explodes it breaks up into all these little small pieces, and every single one of these segments would fly through the air and cut the enemy to shreds. That's basically what the grenade was designed like that for. And they were used it's not even been drilled. There's usually a pin actually that goes through there and comes out the other side. Well, as you can see, there's no holes in this. It's never been drilled. There's a dimple actually. There's a dimple right here which was made where they would drill for the fuse that goes inside there. There's a little dimple, but there's actually no hole there. And it's bloody heavy. I took it off once just to feel how it felt like without the base on, because the base actually weighs more than the actual grenade, I think. Yeah. Everybody should wash their grenade. Yeah, hygiene's important. Hey, you don't want to get infected by an exploding grenade that's covered in shite. No, definitely not. that's kind of a what do you call it, an Irish joke really, isn't it? Because let's face it, you're going to die of a grenade blast rather than a flipping infection. Well, we're nearly there. Yeah, there it is. There's a little bit. I need to get rid of that white stuff that goes in between the tracks though this time, because I had a bit of a glitch last time when I was etching and I had to put it back in again, and that's why I'm soaking it a bit longer. I want to make sure I get it all out. I'm going to get some clean soapy water now. But there's the board ready for etching. It's come out pretty good. It's come out really well. I haven't seen any black bits, so they're all definitely on the copper. So I'll just get some more clean water because this is fogged up. Right, wait a minute. Well, I actually put a bit of washing soap in it because I'm thinking maybe the washing soap will help a little bit better get rid of that white powder that is on between the tracks, because there is like a residue that's left in between the tracks which I really need to get rid of. So I'm going to use my stiff brush and a bit of this washing powder to actually clean that a bit better if I can. Because the etchant doesn't work as well when it's got that that crap in between the tracks. And this stubby brush is better as well. I can actually see the residue better. Ironically, I'm actually using quite a bit of pressure on here and it's not affecting the transfers, and that's really good. If I see any black in the water, I'll start panicking. Washing powder seems to be a lot better actually for cleaning it. I wish Russ had come on. I'm going to let it dry in a minute just to see if I missed any. So I'm going to rinse it. I'm going to let it dry on this tissue a minute or two and see if any white powder areas that look like I've missed. You can't really tell when it's wet. Looks like I've got it though. Can't tell. Let's watch it dry in front of the camera. You see that there's actually some white bits where there's some glue, and it's right in the pads. It's right in the hole where the drill goes. it's actually in the drill holes and I'm going to have to pick those out, clean those separately, but I've got the rest of the gluey stuff off. So I'll show you what I mean. Get the magnifying glass on. You should be able to see that there's some white specks in the pads. Those are the bits I need to clean out because the etchant doesn't get through that very well. There's a little bit between the tracks there. Yeah, it's just gluey stuff. Well, you can see it's come out really good. So the next part is the boring part really. It's me going under my magnifying glass with my compass, cleaning the holes out, because it's really the only way of doing the holes. A few bits around the edges. At least it's clean quick. Doesn't require any pressure. I think I've got it. Oh, there's a bit over here. Right. Oh, I'll have to check the chat. I bet you've been talking to me and I haven't been paying attention. Oh, maybe not. Anyway, it's I think I've got just about all that glue off. I can see some little bits, which I'm just going to soak it a bit longer actually, just brush it a bit more. See, now I've poked a little hole in that gluey stuff, it kind of comes away easier now what can get underneath it, you see. And the toner is waterproof anyway, so it will not dissolve in the soap and water. It will not. It takes acetone to get that off. It's plastic. Schubert's got a lie in his hand. Yeah, Schubert, you do well with this hand grenade, I tell you. Yeah, nobody will mess with you ever again. This is starting to look very clean now. Cleaner than I've ever had it. Ha! Right, I'm just gonna rinse this under the tap. I use that washing, when I've etched it I can use that water again for rinsing it. Right, I'm very happy with it. I'm going to etch it. I don't see any problems with it whatsoever. I'm just letting it dry just a minute, and I'm just going to double check that I've got rid of all that glue. And I have another container that I'm going to put my etchant in. Get that brush out the way. I'm going to put this, I'm going to float this in there because it will warm it up a bit. It's not very hot though, that now, but it's hot enough, it's warm enough, I think. Won't take long to etch this. I wonder if my stream's still working. Looks like it is. Let's have a look. I don't see any powder, any glue stuff left. I think I've got it all. I certainly think so. Oh, maybe there's one. No, I've got it. I've definitely got it. And you can even read the writing, duty cycle. Hehehe. I don't know if I showed you that, but you can even read the writing duty cycle on the board. So tiny. You don't get it lined up. It's very tiny, I need to magnify it more. Can you see that? It's very small. I'm magnifying it. My actual duty cycle for the preset. It's just, it's hard, it's glaring a bit. Anyway, we'll see it when I've etched it. Oh! I squeezed it down and it popped. I did that before. I'm just going to mop this water up. It's just soapy water. Actually, now I've pressed it down, it can't leak again, so that's probably a good thing. Right, etchant solution in there. I'm not going to put too much in because I can't see through it. It's green. just going to put the lid on and let that sit a while so it didn't smell me out. Because I press this down, I can't rock it about very much. I'll have to rock the whole thing now. Oh, I spilt it again. Oh, water. Oh well, that's it too. So definitely working. It doesn't look like there's any shiny spots. Oh, greasy spots, I don't see any. You can see the copper is actually going like oh, spilling water again. What's wrong with me? Right. When there's no grease spots, basically it looks like when the copper is being etched properly, it goes like a reddish colour. I don't know if you can see that. It's actually going a reddish colour, and that's really good. That means the whole copper is being is actually in contact with the etchant, and there's no waxy areas. I've got it good, nice and clean, so that's good. So I'll just let it sit for a while now. I definitely don't want to go to China. You need an oxygen mask. An oxygen tank rather. Apparently the air is so bad they import our air. They actually import bags of clean air from the West in. It's crazy. I don't think I'll put the lid on, I just want to keep an eye on it. What's this? There goes all the credibility. What's happening now? Oh my god. Well, he probably won't be in jail for very long, because let's face it, even murderers and rapists, they don't go to jail for very long either. Not like they used to do. They used to hang them actually, and didn't they? Electric chair them, but now they seem to only get. Oh well, yeah, Keshi's done by the looks of it. I can see through part of the board. Like I'm starting to see light. I see the light. And that's nearly done. Another 5 minutes, it'll be ready to take out and rinse. Right, it's working, it's not far off. Let's get it out. Can you see the light behind? Hang on, where's my torch now? I don't know where I put my torch now. Oh, here it is. The little one. You should be able to see the light behind it. Part of it. I've still got a little ways to go. The water isn't very hot, you see, so it's taking longer than normal. I don't mind, as long as it works good. Don't know why it keeps it seems to always want to go to that end. I don't know why. This end, but I should say. I don't know. There's a tiny bit over here. Just, I don't know if you can see it. Well, there's a tiny bit of copper just down there. Oh, I'll see if I can get the light at an angle. I might be able to see it. Right, it's nearly done anyway. Ah, Chuff's back. Saw him log in earlier, but he got timed out or something. There's a tiny little bit just there. Nearly done. I'm not sure if there's a bit over here as well. I'll have a look. Well, actually there is a little bit that's massaging there. I think that's done actually. It's time to come out. I'll leave this aside a minute just so I can double check, make sure I've got it all. If I need to put it back in the etchant I can. I'm just going to rinse it in here. It's actually reacting a bit with the soap powder, it's kind of got interesting. There, look, there's my board. Anyone's still watching? I don't know. I'll let it soak and rinse a bit longer. I certainly hope my audio's not off. I don't think it is. Right, I'm just rinsing at the moment. I'm going to be taking this off with a toner in a bit. Oh sorry, I'm going to take the toner off with the acetone in a bit. Once I've made sure that it's all 100% done. I'm just rinsing off the etchant solution. I'm going to rinse it under the tap in a minute. Right. What's the back? Right, I'm just going to tip this water out and put some fresh water in just to rinse it. I need to get rid of that paper that's got some etchant on. Right, I'll be back in a minute. Right, it's in fresh water. I just want to, it's all clean. I need to put it on this tissue to dry it now. Just mop up that clean water that's from the heat, you know, the rinsing water that I used. Right, that's not clean. Right. Right, it's all looking like it's done. I just need it to air a bit, dry out, and it'll get a white powdery look on it again, and then I can just make sure there's no copper left. And if there isn't, then I can acetone and clean off all the photo transfer. And it looks like it's all perfectly done. I could go over it with my magnifying glass and have a look. I'll actually shine the light through it, it's the best way, because if there's a shadow I'll know. Can't really tell actually. I don't know if you can see that. I'll bring the light down a bit. I don't know if you can see that with a light like that. You can see it's gone. All the copper's gone. You can see right through it now. Bring it down a bit more. The light is actually shining through the edge. That seems to work better than shining it directly from the back actually. You can see, I've got it all. I'm looking as well because I want to make sure I haven't missed anything. Right, I can put my etching back in the bottle now because I think it's done. Yeah. Well, can't see anything missed. Once I get this done, then I can put the silk screen on the back. That's the next step, which is more laminations. So, and this paper is kind of wet with water, so I need to get some more dry stuff. It'll dry actually if I leave it there, but right, acetone. I'm going to use some acetone to get the I think the best way of doing this is actually squirt the whole board with acetone. It seems to melt it, then I just dab it and get it off on the tissue. So that's this is the next step. I need to have more tissue underneath actually, because I don't want to melt everything underneath really. Right, so there we go. Right, this should all rub off. Look at that. The toner just melts. I need a bit more. Right, all done. Is that for the other side yet? I need to get rid of this tissue, it stinks. Right, I chucked it in the loo because it was vaping off on everywhere. I'm just drying really now. So the next phase is the silk screen, which I've got ready, and obviously we don't scrub that off when it's done. I can put the etchant back in the bottle. I've got the bottle here right near the table edge so I don't shake. Right, I need to rinse that container out. Right, and there it is, all done. I'll put a peg behind that to get rid of this water. Well, at least I found out though that using a bit of tissue at the back helps, it improves the surface contact as well. So we've got to do the silk screen now. What? Is these live? Oh yeah, he is. Oh my god. When did he go live? I must have. My video got stuck. Ah, 1:47. Oh, I missed 3 minutes. Oh my god. I have to get my virtual machine up because the playback keeps getting stuck. It's got no audio though. It's got no audio, I don't know why. The stream is very glitchy. Oh, cool. Right, I'm going to get my virtual machine up. Oh shit, I want to close the chat. What am I doing? Hang on. Damn it, I went and closed this chat. What am I doing? Oh, Jesus Christ. I went and clicked on the wrong tab.
Alright, well, as long as I'm streaming, I might as well talk to you.
What, are you talking to me?
I just pulled a smart scarecrow and hit the wrong damn button.
Who are you talking to?
I really did not intend to stream. But I guess that's why you showed up.
Who's that?
Because you normally don't pop in as soon as I open up my chat window, so I kind of should have known.
Oh, he's not talking to me, he's talking to someone else.
But yeah, I got a lot of stuff to bring to this Hamfest tomorrow morning. I have to be in Meriden for around 6 o'clock when dealers set up. The doors open to the public at 8. And I've got almost $1,000 worth of stuff to sell, if it all sells, which would be frickin' awesome.
Alright, I managed to get back in the chat when it didn't even miss me. Interesting. Oh, I'm going to put the other computer on actually and watch him on there.
Yeah. I got a bunch of stuff. I got an MFJ 901B, an extra one that I don't need because who was it sent me one? One of them I heard sent me one. I'm going to try and sell my FTDX 560. I've got a Telewave 44AP SWR meter that I'm trying to sell. Better start pulling boxes in the car. Oh no, the car's all loaded up. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to roll.
Going to get the chat up.
Rock and roll. That's right, baby.
I need to get this chat thing going.
Got a new old stock NOS 572B that we will get about $75 for it. I got that boat anchor. I mean, the thing's got a weight close to 100 pounds. Supply. It's 3,200 volts at no load. Never fear shoeless is here. Tightening? Wow.
I'm trying to get there as well.
And the bands, the amateur bands,
What the hell is wrong with the chat?
really suck.
Come on, bloody thing. Ineffective what? Oh, finally.
Yeah, I made one contact yesterday, last night. 9Y4 Delta, Trinidad Tobago. Christopher Ellis. Really nice sounding stick. And then the last contact was
Now I've got to get the bloody virtual machine working.
A couple of contacts a week ago, and then 2 weeks ago I made a whole bunch of contacts. Basically, I was sitting on one frequency and putting my recording collar out CQ for me. So yeah, the bands really suck.
Right, virtual machine is coming up.
And record is here. So what time is it? It's 8:55. 8:56. Is Russ in the lab? Has Russ been in the lab? Is there any news about Russ and his current employment status? Really? He will sleep at night and I'm soon. Russ, other than his boss wants to earn money, and Russ likes to do the that relation may not be able to last. Well, hold on a second. The official stuff that Russ is doing for his employer, the LE&R stuff, I can see keeping that under wraps. Okay? Because really, that's what he's being paid to do. But if they try to cross the border and say that everything that he ever did on premises belongs to them, that I have a problem with. Our stuff is gone, according to us. Oh. So now they're working on what? The consciousness gravity wave thing? We got a whole bunch of scientists, or people that call themselves scientists. A lot of streaming on late at night. Okay. Late at night here. Not so, excuse me, not so late there.
I've scanned this board.
Well, that was kind of part of the working arrangement that he had. Paying for all the open source stuff that he was broadcasting. And that may be coming to an end. This is a work start, yeah. I wish I had time. I just don't have the time. Oh, I should look how much I got. So I went for a bike ride today, first time in 2 weeks. 38 miles, average 16 miles an hour. About 2 hours and 20 minutes. It was a good ride. At least Russ is not. Hey, wait a minute. Are you taking a shot at me for working on anything related to cash? Hold on a second.
Trying to get my flippy live stream going on the virtual. Oh, there we go. It's working.
Yeah, so it's 9 o'clock. And you know, oh, good. Just in time for you to hear me say that I'm probably not going to be here very long because I have to get up around 4:45 tomorrow morning. 4:45, be out of the house at 5:15. To be in Meriden at 6 o'clock, start setting up for the hand press. So let's see, 5. Yeah, I'd have to go to bed now to get 8 hours of sleep. That's not going to happen.
Straight.
But I have a lot of new shit to sell. I think it will sell. Couple of graphics cards, a motherboard, all in the original box. Oh, definitely. I need to put the snap diagram for the FTX.
Oh shucks, it's cropped the end off again.
Okay. Yeah, so it's 9 o'clock. I'm muted now. Oh, good. Just in time for you to hear me say that I'm probably not going to be here very long because I have to get up around 4:45. tomorrow morning. 4:45.
Right.
Be out of the house at 5:15. We'll be in Marion for 6 o'clock and start setting up for the hand fest. So let's see, 5, yeah, I'd have to go to bed now to get 8 hours of sleep. That's not going to happen. But I got a lot of these shit to sell. I think it will sell. Couple of graphics cards, a motherboard, all in the original boxes. Oh, that's what I need to get the schematic diagram for the FTDX. TS140.
Oh, I've got some black specks I need to clean.
I thought I had the schematic diagram for the FTDX. Schematic diagrams for the Romeo amplifier. Mark, I am pleased to extend a conditional offer of employment to you as engineering manager in the engineering department. Yippee! Pretty sure my tenure at Fox 61 had an expiration date on it the day that I was hired, because far too much emphasis was placed on how they go about getting rid of undesirables. This is all my induction for your stuff. During my orientation. Don't know where's these. I should have seen the writing on the wall back then. But I wanted to be hopeful. They were a lifeboat. Some of these old schematic diagrams are so much fun to look at, because I drew these up when I was 12, 14 maybe. Schematic diagrams of walkie-talkies and stuff. Some of these I actually built. First I'd have to build a trailer. And don't think I haven't thought about something like that, because you know when shit really hits the fan and there's no gas for anybody to get around. I remember 4 years ago going to Dayton, Ohio, and they didn't transfer the house there. Yeah, that's fun. Have you been working on the one box? Who's telling your brain cells supposed to watch Maggie? Hey, Tippy. I have no idea what that is. Well, guys, I'm sorry, there's not a lot for me to do here tonight. Like I said, I got to get up early tomorrow, and yeah, I'm gonna call it quits. So I like the capacitor. Oh, this thing, yeah. So yeah, this is the quarter-inch copper plate that I got cut in half to make the two sides of the manifold for the water cooler, and also the termination for the resonant main circuit. Should be fun. Should be fun. I got to do a video bringing everybody up to speed, so hopefully I'll get around to that tomorrow after the ham fest. And with that, it's good night, everybody.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, there was still a bit of toner actually on between the traces which had got wedged there, so I'm just cleaning it with a cotton bud and acetone just to make sure I get it all out, because it can cause problems with soldering, you know, dry joints. I actually had a dry joint problem before, so I just want to make sure. Now, it's a shame Z didn't stay long, but at least we got our fix, even if it wasn't a big fix. Yeah, there's actually quite a bit of toner still on this board, because it's gone black on the end, so it's definitely needing a bit more cleaning to get that toner off. Anyway, let's hope he's back soon. At least he got the glove box out, which means there's hope. Why would he get it out if it wasn't intending to do some work on it? God, look at this. There's still tone on this board. I mean, yeah, tone. Sorry. Yeah, toner. That's it, yeah. It's incredible. It's hard stuff to get off, really. I melted it, but it kind of got in the crevices. Well, at least by doing it this way, it doesn't scrape more copper than necessary, because I really don't want to thin the copper out too much anyway. You can use a scrubbing brush to get toner off actually, but then you're also scratching the copper as well. I don't want to do that any more than I need to. I already roughed it up with the emery paper. But anyway, I took a screenshot of this, but that was before I cleaned it, so I'll probably do another screenshot and replace it. I'll just replace the image. But it's come out super duper. Actually, before I do the screenshot again, I'm going to do the silk screen on the other side. So now that is nice and clean, and my hands feel really clean too because of all this flipping washing and everything, I need to degrease this side and put my silk screen on, because that is the next process. And I think I better get a clean piece of tissue actually, because I've been mauling that quite a bit. So I'm just gonna go and I'll get my laminator ready. Right, and also some more tissue. Oh yeah, is somebody going to tell me to change the camera angle? I forgot about that. Nobody's probably watching me anyway. I need my rubber to hold it so it doesn't slide around. Right, I think I've got it clean enough. There's a bit of muck on there, so I obviously got that off. Clean piece underneath. Just going to do it a bit more. now I need to put my I need to get my silk screen on the board, so I need to get this the right way around, obviously. I just saw a hair that could ruin everything. So I want to now where's my capacitor? That's it's lined up properly. I've got this upside down. So trimmer, where's the trimmer? Ah, it's there. So that's a trimmer. And the IC's there. A little pot there. A little capacitor's there. So this is the right way around. Get this located on there. Some weight on it. So a bit more this way. Right, Captain tape. I'm running out of Captain tape, you know. I need to get some more soon. It's not cheap. I need to get this laminator warmed up too. So right, plug. Oh my god, I've been going for like 2 hours and 3 minutes. I'll stop. And I'm going to be using the same technique I used before, which is a little bit of tissue on the back to help even the pressure out. So I need another piece of Captain tape for that. So let's see, and I don't want this paper to be so big, so I'm going to trim it down a bit, because actually the shorter the paper is, the quicker it's in and the quicker it's out. So I'm just going to trim these ends off, because I realise that by having a really long lead in and a long lead out, I'm actually wasting, it's cooling more as it's coming out, because it's taking longer to release it. So by trimming these papers down a bit, I can actually also increase the amount of heat to the board, which is another thing I thought about. Because right, so I need to put we're up to temperature, so I'm going to put this piece of tissue paper on the lead edge. That paper will allow even pressure around. So what I'll do is I'm just going to set that a little bit further back than it needs to be, just so that it's just a little bit, so I can put this Captain tape to hold it in place. And this Captain tape will hold the tissue from being pulled off. So right, we're all ready to go in the machine now. So this is going to be another well, it'll be about 20 past or maybe 25 past when this is done. So it's getting close to actually the end of the stream. I'll probably have to stop it manually at some point and save it. And anyway, in the meantime, I need some more coffee. So hopefully this will do the this will get the the silk screen on there. I don't know if my live stream's still working. I have no idea. Looks like so. Oh, I said 20 past. Well, actually, I mean, on the hour, I should say. I was looking at my clock, it's actually fast by half an hour. I did a blow up on my diagram, by the way, my circuit board. I actually did a blow up, an exploded view. That just makes it easier to analyse stuff, really. Oh. Are you still watching, Hyde? Ah, not far off now. It's getting really hot now. Ooh. Okay, that's cool, yeah. Well, I'm just doing the silk screen right now, and I'm going to squirt it with this fine mist spray that was my mum's, with a mixture of isopropyl alcohol and acetone. That should release the paper a lot more easily. So I'm going to be trying something different. Alright, okay, whatever. Well, you can tell what I'm doing by the creaks. You can hear I'm creaking. I don't blame you actually for not watching this, because it is kind of boring actually. Kind of eager to make a fresh cup of coffee because mine's gone cold, but I can't leave this, so I need to keep going. And actually my copper's gone a bit dull, I think. No, it hasn't. It's just the heat. It's made it go kind of a funny colour because of the heat. I think another 10 minutes and I'll be done. Come on. Actually, I'll take that tissue off now because oh, it's static. Ooh. Not kidding you, this tissue is electrostatically charged after being in that heat. That is strange. I'm just about ready to finish now. Finally, actually 20, well, almost 30 minutes actually. So I'm going to turn the heat off and I'm going to keep going for a little bit longer so it'll cool down a bit now. So I think I'm just going to keep rolling it while it slowly cools down a bit. So I've turned it basically to the cold setting. So that's the temperature that's basically cold almost. I don't know. It's a lot cooler than this anyway, so I'm going to just keep rolling it for a while until I see the green light go out. Well, the green light won't go out actually. I'll hear it click though. When I hear it click, I know that I'm about half temperature. When I hear it click again, I'll know I'm back. I'm on cold. So just keep rolling it until it cools down. There's two thermostats inside. The hottest one will click first. Then the second medium temperature will click second, and then once that happens I'll know that I'm done. I think I've just heard one click actually. I can feel it's getting cooler. The other thermostat just clicked, so it must be getting cool now. Right, I think that'll do. I'll let it cool. Put this up there to cool down. Unplug it so we don't have any accidental switch triggers. Now I'm going to let this cool a bit, and then I'm going to use the isopropyl alcohol to release the paper from the thing. But what I need to do first of all is get this Captain tape off, because this new idea I have will release the paper without any effort and without using any water. I'm just going to get this Captain tape off now. Leave it on the other side. No, actually I'll take that off as well. Because when this releases, I want it to release easily on its own, and I don't want this tape to hinder that happening. So when I spray a fine mist of isopropyl alcohol and a small amount of acetone that's in it onto the paper should just literally just fall off. It should literally just drop off. Now, but I can't spray it while it's hot, so I'm going to let it cool a bit and turn my fan off as well, because now my little squirty thing does not go into this bottle. The neck's a bit too tight, so I'm going to put it in a cap. So I'm going to put this in a cap when I squirt a mist of it on there, and I'll put it back in afterwards. So hopefully this idea will work. I haven't tried this way before because it's fine mist, but it should work. Without melting it. see. Yeah, it came off perfect. Look at that. Now I need to dry it. Look at that. Everything went on the board this time. I used a lot of that stuff up though. It's not big, it'll soon evaporate. I hope I don't break this thing now. I'll put this back in the water because, yeah, it was my mum's. I'll squirt some water through it just to flush it. No, that works fine. Right. So that has come out perfect. I just have to clean the. I just have to clean up the powdery look that it has at the moment. That is absolutely brilliant. Look, I mean, there's actually no. Well, there's a little bit down there, but that's where it's. That's a tiny amount. I mean, I don't think it's significant. But that has worked really well. Yeah. So my idea was, instead of using water for the silk screen, and using a bit of isopropyl alcohol mixed in with a tiny amount of acetone, not too much because the acetone literally melts the toner. The whole point being that the acetone will make it release from the paper, and that worked. I'm just going to mop this up because it really well, and that's something worth remembering. And it was only like I think it was like 5 ml acetone to like 40 or 50 milliliters of isopropyl alcohol, so it was not a strong amount. Now I've got to just basically clean this up. I'm going to use I'm going to squirt a little bit more on this tissue and just gently clean this board. I'm not going to rub hard. All I'm trying to do right now is take off that powdery look, but I could always use actually beeswax like I did last time, when that might be an idea. But I'm just going to try this because I can always do it again if it goes wrong. I'm still actually learning how to do this properly. I want the black to show up. I don't want it to have that powdery look. Another thing I can do is use my rubber. I can use a rubber as well, because the rubber won't take a rubber, an ordinary eraser, it's not going to actually remove the toner, but it might remove the paper off the toner. So I'm going to try that as well. I'm not pressing too hard, but as you can see, it's not removing the toner, which is good. But it doesn't get rid of that powdery look. That's the problem. So I think I'm just going to have to. I'll use a cotton bud actually. That might work better. I'm going to get a clean cotton bud. And just clean, see if I can get rid of that papery look. Because I just want the I need the contrast of the transfers to show up, and it's not showing up too well at the moment. And I can check the cotton bud to see if there's any black on there, and if there's black on the cotton bud, then I need to stop. Well, so far so good. because it dries really quick as well. You can see there's no black come off it, but it is cleaning up. It's just taking a while. There's no black on the cotton bud, it's just it's more of the paxillin actually on the cotton bud than anything. I think I'm going to try washing powder as well. I want to see what the best way of doing it is. But I tell you something, those transfers are not coming off that board easy. You can tell by how squeaky it is. It definitely came out a lot better than the other board, that's for sure. Yeah, actually, the longer I linger over one particular component, the better it is. Oh, 13 minutes and the stream's going to restart, so I'm going to stop it and save it. I better do that now because I'll forget. You know me. I'm going to stop the stream and save it, and then I'll come back. I've got some spray water on my keyboard. It's no worries, it'll be alright. Be right back.